Okay. Okay, fine. So first of all, welcome to all. So welcome to Gamaka Career Accelerator program on data science. So I'll quickly introduce ourselves. So we are located at Pune and Mumbai, and we are into training since 1999. So Mahesh sir is the
Okay.
founder and the senior trainer at the Gamaka AI. He's a lead data scientist, full stack architect. He's a corporate trainer. He's an alumni from COAP. He has over 20 years of experience in the IT industry, 6+ experience in the data science field. He has trained over 3,000 students till date. So in this session, we are going to cover like what is data science, what are the common use cases, data science jobs, the data science process, and also the Gamaka part to become data scientist in 2023. So even if you're from non-IT background, okay, and even if you're from IT background, I'm going to show both the path that you can follow to convert your career into data science or the IT field. And we'll also talk about the future of data science, like how it's going to look like, how it's going to be the job market, okay, and all of the things we are going to talk about. And even if you have any question, so you can use chat window or you can unmute yourself and you can ask. So it's just a demo session. So we'll just try to understand what is data science, just basic things. What is the terminology related to data science? What different job roles are there? So all those things we are going to cover. Okay. So first of all, whenever we are going to talk about data science, the first thing in your mind is going to come data. So if you see in 2023, each and every company is generating huge amount of data. Okay,
Right.
like web data, like Google. So if you search anything on the Google, that is also getting stored. Even if you search any, or if you shop from e-commerce website like Amazon, Flipkart, okay, there are many e-commerce companies right now in the India right now. So there are huge number of Flipkart, Amazon. So they are like recording all the data. Okay, whatever you're clicking on, what are the things you are purchasing, your payment, your mode of payment. Okay, and even the financial transaction nowadays, like everyone is doing UPI transaction. Like okay,
Yes.
so you are using Google Pay, Phone Pay. That is also creating huge amount of data, and even the bank and credit transaction have increased. Okay, so everyone is using bank now. Everyone has a bank account, you're doing day-to-day transactions, and online trading and purchasing, and even the social network. So social network is one of the biggest source of data. So you keep uploading statuses, you keep uploading reel. Okay, so you are generating huge amount of data in 2023. So irrespective of the domain, so if I talk about even the financial company generating data, even the health companies, like let's suppose hospitals are also generating data, even the banks, even each and every field, just name it. Even the industries, they are generating huge amount of data. So in 2023, each and every company is generating huge amount of data.
Data.
Okay. Now let's see how much amount of data is generated in a single day. Okay. So around 2.5 trillion bytes of data is generated in a single day. To understand this data, okay, to store this much amount of data, we are going to require 10 million Blu-ray discs. So this much amount of data is created in a single day. And if I'm going to stack all this 10 million Blu-ray discs, it will be height of 4 Eiffel Towers. So that much amount of data is created in a single day. And 90% of the world data has been created in last 2 years alone. So that is the reason why data science is in the huge demand, because data is increasing rapidly. Simple. Because if you see, just compare it. You can also do your comparison. Just compare maybe 5 years back and see how much data you are generating and how much data you are generating today. Okay, so that's why the data science is in the huge demand, because each and every company is generating huge amount of data, and to process that data, to make this data sense, data scientist, data analyst, or like maybe the Tableau developer, there are n numbers of roles are available there. So they keep increasing day by day. Okay. Now everyone got like, okay, fine. So data is increasing rapidly. Now what is this data science? Okay. Now, in simple words, if I want to introduce you with data science, is nothing solving problems with data. Okay. Now, what is this science we have added to data? Okay. So it's nothing. So we are going to use some scientific techniques, methodology to to maybe extract the information from data to solve some problems. And problems can be anything. Let's suppose if I talk about Amazon, what problem they will be facing. So in Amazon, maybe the problem is that in some product the sales is going down. So maybe their sales is going down. Okay. So as a data scientist at Amazon, what you'll do, you'll try to understand why the sales is going down. You'll get the customers' data in which, like maybe which products is having a minimum sell, how much the sell it was previously, and now why it's declining. So that type of question you will try to solve. Or in other words, now you have this raw data because this will be a raw data, and how we can extract the meaningful information from this data. That is the job of data scientist, data analyst. Okay. So you're getting the raw data. How can I get the information from this data that will help my company to grow or to make some business decision? So maybe they want to make some business decision, maybe they want to launch some new product. So there you're going to utilize this data. Okay. So that's a very simple definition of data science, solving problems with data. It doesn't matter what tools you use. You can either use Tableau, you can use Python, you can use R, you can use any tools. Okay. What is available in the market, but you are solving the problem with data. That's it. That is data science in very simple words. Hope everyone got the idea what is data science. Any questions? Okay. So let's move ahead. Okay. So now let's look at the formal definition of data science. Okay. So this is a formal definition of data science. So data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and system to extract knowledge and insight from many structured and unstructured data. So now what is structured and unstructured data? Okay. So structured data, the data that you might have seen. Okay. So you might have seen the structural data which has proper rows and columns. So that type of data is called as structural data. The Excel sheets, maybe you have worked on lots of Excel sheets. So that is like the structured data. Maybe the SQL database means which is having proper predefined structure, which is having proper rows and columns defined. So that type of data is called as structured. And now what is unstructured data? So unstructured data is like images, which is not having proper structure. There is audios, videos, files that are called as unstructured data. So as a data scientist, you will be able to extract the information from both. But for that, obviously, what you need to learn, some scientific method, processes, algorithms, some tools that is going to help you to extract this information. Then that's what you're going to learn here. So that's the tools and technology that you're going to learn that will help you to extract the information from data. Okay, so Sean is asking, hello sir, pardon me if I'm asking this too soon. Is the current data science sector saturated? Also, how will AI impact the future of this market? Because it can write a code. Okay. So, Sean, I don't feel that it's still saturated. There are many roles are coming up day to day. And now you are saying that, like, how, if let's suppose you are saying that AI is, okay, AI can write a code, that's fine. But what code to write? How, what kind of instruction we need to give to the AI? And let's suppose how we can verify those results. So obviously still we need someone, right, to improve these models. Okay. So even let's suppose today, let's suppose right now that the generative AI that you're talking about, chat GPT and all, so they are just working as an assistant. So they will be going to help you out. Okay, they are just working as an assistant. They are not going to like write a complete end-to-end code for any organization. Just understand one thing. Right now, they are just a assistant. Okay, and so as a data scientist, your job is not only to just write a code. Okay, so there are lots of things you will be doing. You won't need to analyze the data. Okay, you will for that you will need a domain knowledge. And even though let's suppose there is some new generative AI models are coming up. Okay, but to maintain those models, to tune those models. Okay. Obviously, there is a requirement of data scientist. Okay. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? And obviously, like the low skill jobs. So obviously, the low skill jobs are getting replaced by AI. That's for sure. That I've been doing. So that I've been seeing that. Okay. So when I say low skill jobs are maybe like uh, writing some content. So that is like now getting replaced by generative AI. Okay. So there are many roles that where we require low skill set. So those are first are going to get replaced by the AI. But still, to create those technologies, to enhance those technology, we require data scientists. Okay. So it's not that companies going to completely rely on like create like on AI to create a code, like write a code, but still they will need someone to fine tune that technology. They need someone to verify those results. If yeah, if this generative AI is really making the result correct, like what are the input you have given. So there are lots of roles are available right now in the generative AI space. So if you have heard about large language models, okay, so don't worry about it. So there are lots of roles are coming up, line up. Okay, that's not closing. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So on the right hand side, you can see that these are the some of the core skill set that is required to become data scientist. Okay, so just a minute. Yeah, now it's closed. Okay, so computer science skills. Okay, so let me just start annotation. Yeah, so computer science IT skills. Okay, so like when I say computer science IT skill, no need of like having a IT or computer science degree. That simply means that like some Python programming knowledge. So that we are going to teach you. Don't worry, even if you are from non-IT background, you never have like coded or never have you have done any coding. So don't worry, we are going to start from the scratch. Then maths and statistics. If you want to become a brilliant data scientist, you have to be good with the statistics. Okay. And what are the maths and statistics we have learned? Maybe in a class 9, 10, 11, 12. But that much amount of maths and statistics you have not applied to real world. Okay. You have learned lots of equations. Okay. But the interesting fact about like data science is that what are the maths and statistics you're going to learn, you will be able to see its application. So if you're learning some maybe formula, maybe you're learning some linear regression, so you'll see its application, how it is getting utilized in the real world scenarios. Okay, so that's why the maths and statistics is very interesting. And even I've seen the students which are not interested in maths and statistics, they start taking interest. Okay, because now they're able to see its application in the real world. And domain and business knowledge. Some of you already have some kind of domain and business knowledge. So some of you are graduated from maybe like BCom, so you have some knowledge of maybe like businesses. Okay, you have knowledge of some other thing. Maybe some are from finance background, some are from maybe engineering background. So you have some domain and business knowledge. But even though if you don't have particular domain and business knowledge, so this is going to grow. So this is going to grow when you're going to join any company, and this will take some time. So let's suppose today, like maybe like you get an offer from as a fresher in some banking company. So obviously, this your banking knowledge is going to increase. They will give you some knowledge transfer sessions. Where they'll talk about how this banking works and everything. And slowly, you will this knowledge is going to grow. This is going you're going to gain this domain and business knowledge by your experience, maybe what is your undergrad degree or whatever you have done in masters in. So this is going to keep growing. Okay, but these are the skill set that you're going to learn here, and this skill set is going to grow eventually. Okay, so fine. We'll talk about what is machine learning and all in the coming slides. Okay, any questions? Everyone is clear what is data science? Any other question anyone has? Okay, great. So let's move ahead. Okay. Okay, fine. So nowadays you will be hearing it a lot. So if you go to any company's LinkedIn page, so they are talking about AI, they are talking about machine learning, that they're talking about deep learning. So just go through any company LinkedIn page, okay, or any latest blog from them. You will see these terms a lot. Okay, every company is talking about this. So what is AI? AI is getting machine to do what humans are good at, or in simple words, AI stands for artificial intelligence. Okay. So everyone might have watched movie Robot by Rajnikant. Okay. So in that, like technically a machine or a robot when try to behave like a human being, when a computer or machine try to do a task like a human being. So that is nothing but AI. So let's come back to the real world. So in the real world, you have like Alexa, you have Siri, you have maybe Google Assistant. Okay. So what they're trying to do, they're just trying to become your personal assistant. So if you have any question, you can ask Alexa, how's the weather today? So Alexa is going to reply you back in the same language. It's able to understand the human language and it's replying you back in the same language. So it's just trying to behave like a human being. It's just trying to become your personal assistant. So when a computer application try to behave like a human being, when it try to do a task like a human being, so that is nothing but AI. Okay. Now, obviously, to create this AI application, we are going to require this machine learning and deep learning. So machine learning and deep learning are the subset of AI itself. It's a part of AI itself, I would say. Okay. Now, what is machine learning? You're hearing it a lot. Feeding an algorithm data to learn and predict something. Let's understand this by taking one example. So let's suppose there's Suzuki, okay, car manufacturing company, and they want to just know that how many car they want to just uh, want to know that approximately how many car they are going to sell in 2024. Just a number, okay. So obviously they will be ready with the production, okay, whatever the raw material is required, so they can arrange that. So there will be no shortage of the cars or there will be no surplus car in 2024. Okay. So obviously, so Suzuki, they are going to have past sales data. They are going to have some past sales data. And this past sales data, we are going to use some machine learning model. So what this ML model is going to, it's just going to understand this past data. It is going to go through this past data, will understand the patterns in the past data, and it's going to predict the future. It's going to predict like how many cars it's going to sell in 2024. So in simple words, machine learning, what it is doing, it's understanding the past data and it's predicting the future. Okay. So you can do it for like stock market prices. Okay. So if you want to predict that, if you want to predict the like the maybe the property prices. Okay. So that type of task you can do in machine learning. So it's just a demo class. So we're just having a basic understanding of this definition. But in the classes, we are going to go more deeper into this concept. Okay. So just have a like basic idea right now. Okay. And if you have any question, you can ask. So that is machine learning. Now, deep learning. So deep learning is also type of machine learning. But let's suppose if I'm going to ask you, like, let's suppose you're walking through a road and you're able to understand different car models. If you're maybe walking through the zoo, you're able to understand different animals. You can understand what is like lion, tiger, okay? Because from childhood, you have went to school and there used to be teacher that taught you slowly. A for apple, B for ball, and slowly you have learned the things. So from like last 20 years, you're just learning the things, okay? So let's suppose if I want computer to learn like a human being, the way we have learned. I want a computer to learn like a human being. Obviously, if a computer want to learn like a human being, it's going to require a brain, right? So in deep learning, we are creating an artificial human brain. Okay, so that's just going to behave. That is just going to behave like a human brain. Okay, that is just going to learn like a human brain. So in that, there is a concept of artificial neural network. That is nothing but artificial brain. Okay, and that try to learn like a human being. So that is the whole idea behind the deep learning in nutshell. Okay, and there are many applications that you're using. So if I tell you that, like I think everyone is using facial recognition on your smartphones. So nowadays, if you show your face to the phone, it quickly unlocks. So there also this deep learning is getting used. So what it does, if you remember when you have done the setup of it, so it try to click the multiple images of your face. So if you remember, like it tells you to move your face on the right hand side, left hand side, upward direction, downward direction. So it's just trying to click the multiple images of your face and it's sent to deep learning model for learning your facial features. So it will try to understand your facial features. It will try to understand what is the shape of your eyes, nose, and that's how it's going to learn. Okay, it's going to understand. Now, whenever you show your face to the phone, it quickly unlocks. So there, this deep learning is getting used. And on the right hand side, if you see, there is AI. And inside that AI, there is machine learning. Inside machine learning, there is deep learning. So that's why the definitions are a bit overlapping. So if you see, there are some similarity in the definition because they are part of each other, and everything comes under data science itself. So AI, machine learning, and deep learning. Okay. So hope everyone got the idea. So you can say that artificial intelligence is a bigger umbrella. Inside that you have machine learning. Inside that you have deep learning. So all those are interrelated technology. Okay. So hope everyone got just the idea. I just want you to have an idea. Okay. Any questions? Okay. I think hope everyone is able to understand. So just feel free to ask any question wherever you are having any question. So you can also use chat window, or you can unmute yourself and you can ask question. Hope everyone got the idea like what is this AI, machine learning, and deep learning. And don't worry, in the classes we will be going more deeper into this concept. Okay. So let's move ahead. So now I think
Uh,
everyone is able to understand. Yeah.
you have a doubt. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. So throughout the sessions, are we going to have any project and hand-on experience
So as
where
it's
uh,
a yeah. You
mm,
can go ahead. Yeah, you
where
can
it
complete.
will yeah. So I've got to know like it will include different technologies we'll be learning throughout the sessions, right? So while doing the project, are we going to work on those technologies as well?
What do you mean by like technologies? So can you just clarify
Um,
on that? Like, just wanted
yeah.
to understand better. Yeah.
So, well, if I just join the class of data science, that
Mm-hmm.
will include AWS and the MySQL, working on
Yes.
MySQL servers and many more such
Yes.
skills,
Yes.
right? So, are we going to have a project where we will be working by using all those technologies and skill as well?
Obviously. So that I'm going to talk about like end of the session. But yes, obviously we will be using all the technology. Like if I say specifically like the sequel that you mentioned. So depending on like what courses you choose. But if you go for the standard diploma courses, you will be working on like Tableau, Power BI, SQL, then Python, then AWS, then PySpark, and maybe if you want to, we'll be also going for deploying the model. So for that, we'll be using Flask. Okay. So in that Flask, so we'll be using PyCharm to like run the code and do the debugging. Okay. And also for the deployment, we can use like AWS. Okay. So yes, we'll be using lots of different technologies. So that I'm going to cover at the end of this session. So there I will be showing complete path that we are going to follow. Okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Okay, fine, guys. Let's move ahead. So now I think everyone is able to understand, okay, what is machine learning? Okay, what is this AI? Everyone is getting now idea, like what it is. But now I think everyone will be having this question, sir, okay, it's fine. How it is getting utilized in the real world? So let's talk about Amazon. So how Amazon is using it, how manufacturing industry is using it, how banking, healthcare, transport, finance, how these industries are utilizing this technology. So just to give you the glimpse of it, so we'll try to understand the applications, how different industries are using it. Okay, and that's the reason like the best part of data science is that you can work in any industry. Like every industry is having huge amount of data. So first of all, data science is not restricted to any domain. Okay, so it can be utilized wherever you find data. Okay, so any domain. So I think in today's, like if I talk about 2023, each and every company generating some kind of data, and to process that data, they require data scientists, data analysts. Okay. Now let's talk about e-commerce companies. So there are lots of e-commerce companies right now in the India. So if you have heard, like there is Amazon, there is a Flipkart, there is a Mintra. Okay. Then there is a GeoMart. There are n numbers of companies are coming also. Okay. There are lots of e-commerce companies right now in India, and how they are utilizing this AI, how they're utilizing this data science, machine learning technology. So identifying the consumer. Now, whenever you open the app of Amazon or Flipkart, So it will try to show you the products that you are interested in. So let's suppose you have some history with them. That simply means you have purchased some product from Amazon or Flipkart, or you have some product. So on the basis of your behavior on their platform, they will try to understand what this person will be interested in. And on the basis of that, will try to show you the products on your homepage. So what you can do, you can compare your homepage and your friend's homepage. So maybe if you are very interested in some books, so it will try to show you the books on your homepage. Maybe your friend is more interested in some gadget, so it will show the gadgets on their homepage. So identifying the consumer interest on the basis of the behavior. So there also this machine learning is getting used widely. Okay. Then the second is product recommendation. Okay. I think everyone might have, like, whenever you might have seen this. So whenever you add something to the cart, maybe you have added some mobile phone, or maybe you're adding some anything like maybe some t-shirt. So with that t-shirt, we'll try to recommend you some good pant. Okay. So product recommendation. So whenever you add something to the cart, it will try to recommend you something. So maybe the mobile phone, it will recommend you mobile cover. Okay. So that is also due to data science. Then analyzing the reviews. So if you have seen, there are thousands and lakhs of reviews are available on the Amazon. And maybe the Amazon want to do some summary analysis of it. They want to know like how many reviews are positive, how many reviews are negative, and what is the main problem of the customer. Okay. So if they want to know that all, there also they are using NLP. Okay. So we'll talk about what NLP is. So they're using data science. Okay. And that's how e-commerce companies are using data science. The next is manufacturing. So manufacturing is also very huge industry right now. Okay. So so the biggest problem with the manufacturing industry is that machine failure. Let's suppose if some machine fails, and due to which whole production it may halt, because it's an industry, they have their deadlines, because they have to be like they need to deliver the products on time. Okay. So but if machine fails, and if machine fails, due to which like whole production it may halt. Okay. So on the basis of the past data, so we can predict if this machine is going to fail or not. Okay. So maybe if industry, they're going to know that in 5 days there are chances that this machine is going to fail. So obviously they can bring the replacement out. That's what I was saying. So you can utilize machine learning for predicting the future on the basis of the past data. So there is also, it's getting used. Then monitoring system, you can monitor each and every part of the machine if it's working fine or not. Then automating manufacturing units, like how you can automate the manufacturing units. Like now, if you see there, there are robots which are assembling and disassembling the cars. There also it is getting used. Then maintenance scheduling, so you can automatically schedule the maintenance of the machine if it requires some maintenance. Yeah. So maybe the conveyor belt is not moving properly, so it's automatically going to detect it and it's going to schedule the maintenance of it. Then anomaly detection. Anomaly detection is like, in simple words, let's suppose if manufacturing industry is creating 500 cars monthly, there's possibility that out of this 500 cars, maybe like 5 to 10 cars are faulty. It's possible there can be some manufacturing defect. So detecting those cars, like detecting those faulty cars from the good cars, is nothing but anomaly detection. So there also it is getting used. That's how manufacturing industry is utilizing data science. There are many use cases that are coming up. There's some of the major ones. Then banking is also a very huge sector. So fraud detection, nowadays everyone is doing lots of online transaction you are doing, but there is a possibility of fraud, right? There is a possibility of fraudulent transaction. So detecting fraudulent transaction from the good transaction is nothing but fraud detection. Then credit risk modeling. Now, what is this credit risk modeling? Okay. So credit risk modeling is, in simple word, how bank decide to give a credit or loan to the particular person. So right now, like person submits its profile or the industry submits its profile, and on the basis of that, bank give bank make the decision if the loan is approved or not on the basis of the risk factor associated. Okay. So what if I say that, like nowadays, like there are lots of apps are coming up, so the AI is going to make a decision. So like you just need to give the data to the AI, and AI is going to approve or disapprove your loan on the basis of the previous data it has got. So for that also it can be used. Then customer lifetime value. So let's suppose you want to analyze the customer data, like how much time that customer is spending with the bank, how much time they are utilizing on the bank application, if there are some issues. Okay. So what is the normal waiting time? So that type of analysis is done to understand like to how the bank can improve their services. Obviously, if they are going to improve their services, they are going to get more customers. If they are going to get more customer, more profit for them. Okay. So that's how the analysis are done at the bank. Okay. Now let's talk about healthcare. So healthcare is also a very huge sector and lots of startups are coming in. So if you are reading about Neuralink, so just read about it. Okay. So they're trying to create a chip that can be inserted in the human brain to like do all the monitoring and everything. Okay, there are lots of use cases that are coming up by that. So lots of startups are coming in this healthcare sector. So medical image analysis. So what if I say that on the basis of the X-ray reports, we can say that if this person is having some disease or not. Maybe COVID detection using checks X-ray. This is one example. And that type of project we have done at Gamaka. So we'll be also doing this. So detecting the COVID on the basis of the X-rays. Okay. Then drug discovery, finding out some like drugs for some diseases. Okay. So that is help in the pharmaceuticals industry. Then bioinformatics. So bioinformatics is a combination of biology and IT field. So where maybe it can be utilized to detect some microorganism using some vision, computer vision technology. Then virtual assistants. Okay. Right now we have virtual assistants like Alexa, Google Home. But what if I say that in the future you're going to have virtual assistants for doctors that will help doctor to perform some surgeries. So right now, there are lots of startups they are creating these virtual assistants for doctors to perform some surgery to help them perform these surgeries. Okay, so that's how it is getting utilized in the real world. Okay, now transport. So transport is also very used sector like self-driving car. So if you have heard about Tesla, now Tesla is in India. Okay, so they have come to India now. So you'll be seeing the Tesla cars in India also. So the car is able to drive by itself. Yes, it will take some time. So maybe they will start with semi driving. Okay, semi self-driving cars in India. Okay, so but here like the car can drive by itself. So that is also there also this deep learning is getting utilized. Then enhancing driving experience. Okay, so nowadays like cars are coming with lots of like if you have seen later, cars are coming with hill assistant. Cars are coming with the automatic parking assistant. So cars are automatically getting parked. That is also due to data science. Then car monitoring system. Nowadays, if you see cars, everything is coming up on the dashboard itself. So if car is facing some issues, okay, if there is some problem in the engine, some maintenance is required, so automatically it's detecting it and it will just alert you if there is some issue. Okay, then enhancing the safety of passengers. So now lots of cars are coming up with the collision avoidance system. Now what is this collision avoidance system? So by like car is able to stop by itself if there is any chance of collision. Okay, so Tesla has this feature now, but lots of car companies have included this feature, so automatically like it will press the brake if the chances of any collision. Okay, so you can say that data science also helping us to reduce the number of accidents and it also saving the lives of people. Okay, then finance. Finance is also a very huge sector. Lots of job opportunities are available right now. Customer segmentation. Okay, so segmentation is that clustering the customers on the basis of their interest or differentiating between different customers because some customer may be interested in some loan, some customer may be interested in some insurance policies, some customer may be interested in mutual funds. So on the basis of their data, that's understanding, okay, or segmenting them or grouping them. Okay, for maybe marketing purpose. Then strategic decision making nowadays, like financial companies, they keep making investment in the different companies. But obviously, to make the decision, they have to analyze that company's data, like maybe their stock market data. So how is the stock is growing, what growth they can gain. Okay, so that type of analytics they can do to make those decisions. Algorithmic trading, so stock market trading is also possible. Okay, so you can use lots of machine learning algorithm to predict the stock market prices. And that also we are going to see at one extent we can predict the prices. Okay. So that type of algorithm we are also going to see as a project. Then risk analytics. So these companies are doing lots of investment. Okay. So obviously if they are doing some investment, there's a risk associated with it. Yeah. So lots of risk is associated with it. Let's suppose if the stock market goes down. So what will be like the risk that company is taking? Okay, so what will be the loss that company will be facing? So that type of analytics is already done, to make sure that they are on like right track. Okay, So that type of analytics is also done. That is how data science is getting utilized in the finance industry. And we are also using it day to day life. Like if I talk about, let's suppose if you're watching some series or movie on Netflix, Hotstar, or Prime, so automatically it try to recommend you new series, new movies on the basis of your past watch history. If you're watching some reels on Instagram, it will automatically recommend you new reels. Okay, on the basis of your interest. Okay, what reels you have shared with your friends, or which reels you have liked. Okay, and which reels you have skipped. So on the basis of that, they will understand your pattern, and on the basis of that, they're going to recommend you new reels. Okay, so there also it's getting used, and there are many use cases that are coming up. Okay, so let's suppose if you're searching anything on the Google, and even if you type something wrong, then also Google is able to understand you. So there also it is getting used. So that's how data science is getting used in the real world. Okay, there are many lots of use cases are coming up, but these are some of the basic use cases. So anyone has any questions? Hope everyone is able to understand the how data science is getting used in the real industry. Let me know if you have any question. Okay, clear. Let's move ahead then. Okay. Now let's move to your favorite part. So, what is the average salary that you can expect as a fresher? So, fresher salary can start from somewhere around like 8 lakhs per annum, and it can go up to 12, 15, depending on the market, depending on your skill set, depending on like what companies are you have been applying to. So depends. Okay, but the average salary for fresher, it's for freshers. Okay, is somewhere around 8 lakhs to 9 lakhs per annum. Okay, as a fresher. But if you're someone experienced person, even though I'm not telling you that you should be completely experienced the data science field, no. Even if you have some other experience, so then also the salary will be higher because that will be counted as a domain experience. Okay, so because even in like digital marketing or if you name any field, so there is data science is getting used. There is a Google Analytics that people already use. Okay, there are many use cases that are coming up. Okay, so even if you are an experienced person, so you need to find like how you can showcase that experience as a domain experience, and you can expect much more higher salary than the expected. But for a fresher, it will be somewhere around 8 lakhs per annum. Yeah, obviously we are going to help you out to achieve this type of packages. Obviously you also have to work hard for this. So for that, we are going to help you out to build your resume. Okay, we are going to conduct lots of like skill tests, and we are going to forward those results to the companies. Okay, so there are many things that we do. We also do interview preparation. Okay, we also have dedicated HR team to like to help you to get you placed. And I will talk more about it in the coming slide, but just to give you the idea. So that's what you can expect in the job market. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, so let's talk about data science future. So it's not only private institutes. So even the government of India is planning to use AI. So lots of like government is also hiring lots of on like AI positions. So if I talk about Reserve Bank of India, so they hire like data analyst position. Okay. Now even they are going to hire for the taxation to detecting the frauds in the taxation. There are lots of use cases are coming up. So there are lots of use cases are coming up. So even in the UPI and all, the governments are hiring data analysts. Okay. So even in the government, there are lots of job opportunities are available. It's not only private sector. And obviously private sector, you know that there are plenty of jobs are available right now. Okay. Around 2 lakhs AI job vacancies, 30% growth, position 80 billion by 2026. Okay. So let me see if anyone has any question. I want to know more about data analysis. So what do you want to know more about data analysis?
So what is exactly do for the data analytics? It
Okay.
means which position is open for data analytics?
Yeah, let me explain that to you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just share the whiteboard. So I think I got your question. Okay. Everyone is able to see the white screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. So I think there are like two roles, basically two roles are available, data analyst and data scientist. So let's try to understand the difference between these two. So data analyst, like it's a part of like I would say data analysis. So as the name suggests, something related to data analysis, and this is like data science. So I would still say that data analysis is data analysis is it's just a sub part of data science itself. It's a part of data science itself. Okay. So now, what is the
Okay.
difference between data analyst and data scientist? So we'll take one example, and it will make you very clear. So let's
Yeah.
suppose a data analyst is like, let's suppose there is Amazon. So there are two roles at Amazon. So one person is working as data analyst and one working as data scientist. So how their jobs will be different from each other. Okay. So now let's suppose Amazon, what Amazon, I think they have Big Billion Day sale or it's of Flipkart. I don't know, like what kind of sale. I think they have some sale, right? So I don't remember the name of the sale, but every year they do one sale. It's a huge sale. Okay. I think here they do Prime Day sale something. Okay. Let's take the example. They have Prime Day sale something. So on that day, they give very huge discount. Okay, this is a campaign they start maybe for a week where they give a huge discount on the products. Okay, now let's suppose so they have completed this. Okay, now they have completed like 1 week is over. Now they have this campaign is over. Now the business leader, maybe Jeff Bezos, want to know how they perform how they perform for in this Prime Day sale. Maybe any business leader want to understand what was the like revenue they generated, how many order were placed. Okay, so what happened in the campaign? When I say what happened, like what happened in the past, so that type of question will be answered by data analyst. So what they will do, they'll analyze the data. They'll say, okay, so revenue was this million, maybe like 50 million. Profit was this. Then they will have their more KPIs like how many order were placed, number of order placed. Okay, maybe in what was the order like or average order size. Okay, so that type of dashboard or that type of maybe Excel sheet they are going to create. Maybe they are going to create a beautiful dashboard, or maybe they are going to create a presentation. Okay, obviously they will like first they will go to the SQL, they will pull the data, they will do this analysis, and they give this task like because business owner, they want to know, right? They want to know like how they have done. Maybe they'll ask you like compare it. So maybe just compare it with the 2022 Prime Day sale as compared to 2023. So how much increase we have seen, or is a decreased? So that type of analysis data analyst is going to do. Now, what is the job of data scientist? Now, data scientist, okay. So now the question will be to data scientists will be that. So let's suppose we are going to do a campaign maybe next year. Okay. So what revenue we can expect? What will be the revenue? What will happen? So in simple word, the question will be what will happen. So they will generally talk about future. So they will ask what will be the revenue, future revenue. What will be the future revenue? Okay. So what will be like how much products they are going to sell? What will be the future like maybe like how many product quantity or anything? So they will be ready with it. Okay. So now, so data scientists they will use maybe machine learning algorithm to predict the future. But it's not restricted to like only predicting the future. So data scientists can also answer the question of what happened. So they are also like they'll also answer the question like what happened and also what will happen. Okay. So data scientists also can do predictive modeling. When I say predictive modeling means predicting the future using machine learning algorithms. Okay. But data analysts, they simply like mostly the job will be like analyzing the past data. Okay. But data scientists can do a job of data analyst also. Just wanted to make you understand. Okay. But their focus will be on predicting the future. So that's how the roles will be different from each other. So hope everyone got the idea. So that's makes what happened and what will happen. So that is the difference between data analyst and data scientist.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let's get back to our slide. Let me share this. Just a minute, wait, it went. Okay. Okay, fine. I think we have discussed this. Okay. So let's talk about some FAQs. So these are the questions which are asked frequently. So this is a question I generally get from the learners who are just trying the starting. So everyone is able to see screen, right? The PPT screen. Just wanted to make sure. Are you able to see this PPT screen? Hello. Okay, great. So I think I got the yes. Okay. So these are some of the questions that are asked by the learners. Like this is a question I generally get. So I will just try to answer one by one. So generally the question is there from where should I start learning? So at Gamaka, we are going to start learning. So depending on the courses, so what courses you take, but generally the start point is like Python. We're going to start going to make you strong in the Python fundamental, or if you have like business analytical, we'll start with SQL or Tableau. So depending like what. But generally the we are going to start learning from the Python. We are going to make you strong in the fundamentals of Python. Okay. Now this is the question I get a lot. Sir, I am from non-programming background. How should I learn? I have never done any coding. Like I don't know like what is C, C++, but that we are not going to talk about. But you never done any coding in your life. So how we are going to proceed for that? So don't worry, we are specialized for the people who are from non-IT, and like we have placed many non-IT student as well. So from like BCom, marketing background, MBA background, where they have not done any coding. So we are specialized for the people who are from non-IT background. So don't worry, we are going to teach in very simple way. And trust me, yeah, at the beginning you will face some issues with the Python maybe programming because you're doing it for the first time. But if you're going to follow the curriculum, if you practice it, so maybe 15 days will be hard for you. But after that, if you practice, it will be easy for you. Just like driving a bicycle, right? So at the first, you will fall, okay? But if you keep continuing, obviously you'll learn it. The same way is with the Python. It's not that tough, okay? Trust me, it's not that tough. So slowly, slowly you will learn it, okay? So we're going to start from very basics. That's what I wanted to say, like very basics. So we know that many of you are from non-IT background. So we are going to start from very scratch. So which maths and scientific concepts should I study? So yes, we are having a class called Foundation Statistic class. So we are just covering the basics of statistics. So student who just want to get like they don't know like maybe some math and statistical concept that is required for data science. So we have foundation of statistic class for them. Okay. So there we just cover the basics of statistics, like all the basic things that is required for data science. Not the advanced part, just the covering those basic things. Then obviously you can move to the advanced part as well. Okay. So that in that we are going to tell you like what should you should learn. We are going to provide you proper notes and everything. Okay. How to do data science project. So yes, so we also have guided projects at Gamaka. So what are the guided projects? Okay. So guided projects are like let's suppose we have learned some technology. Maybe we have learned something. Okay. Maybe you came to the class, you learn Tableau. Maybe you learn Power BI. So we'll ask you to do a project on Tableau or Power BI. Maybe you have learned Pandas, you have learned data visualization in Python. So we'll ask you some EDA project. And obviously, we are going to help you out in doing those projects. We are going to help you out to give those data sets. Okay. So even if you want to choose your own data set, we are going to give you the source. They're like, so I will just give you like example, like the students. Some students have done like projects on IPL data set. Some have done projects on some financial data. Some are doing projects on healthcare data. So that type of project they are doing by themselves. Okay. Then how to apply data science concept to real world problem. So that we are going to cover. So on that, we are going to work on real world data set like Zomato data set. Then cardeco.com data set. So Cardeco is a platform where you can sell second-hand car. So that data set also we have. These are the real world data set that we are going to work on. Apart from that, there is a COVID data set, there is a healthcare data set, lots of healthcare data sets are available. So we are also going to work on real world data set. Okay. Then how to get job interview industry. So everyone is having question, right? Sir, how should I get a job in this job market? Okay. What should I do to get this job? Okay. So first of all, if you're a fresher, only the course is not going to help you to get a job. Understand one thing, because with the course, you also have to develop your profile. So we are not charging anything for this month. So we are also going to provide with course. We are also going to provide you profile development. So course, with the course, obviously, there will be profile development, because I will tell you why. Because resume is the first thing the company is going to see. Now, if you're aware, the companies use ATS just to like evaluate your resume. So automatically now the application itself is going to reject your resume if those keywords are not present. So even if you apply like 1,000 jobs, if those keywords are not there in your resume won't be shortlisted. Even it won't reach the human being. Okay. So to put those keywords to like to create your resume. So obviously we are going to help you out. So my sir is going to help you out in that. He has over 20 years of experience. Okay. So resume building, we are going to help you out. Apart from that, so we are also going to help you out to do some projects that you can show on your GitHub. Okay. Apart from that, we are going to help you to set up your GitHub profile, your LinkedIn profile, what keywords you should put. Okay. So all those we are going to cover. Apart from that, we also have like HR. So that will help you out to get placed. They will tell you like how it works, everything. So they will help you out to like groom you. Okay. Some communication, how everything like those type of skills that will be covered by the HR. Okay. Apart from that, we're also ready to give you 100% job guarantee for diploma courses, but it's conditional. It doesn't mean that you're just going to come to the class and you're going to get a job. No. If you're going to follow all the curriculum, if you're going to attend all the sessions, then this is valid. Then you are going to get a job for sure. But there are some terms and conditions like you need to uh, do all the assignment, pass those tests. Okay. Then you are eligible for this 100% job guarantee. Okay. So seven internship will be provided. So if you're someone fresher who want to like do some internship, so that is also you're providing. Okay. Kaggle, yeah, Kaggle is like just a source of data. So yes, Kaggle we use. So Kaggle from where we get the data. So it's there obviously. Okay. So lots of data that we take is from Kaggle. Okay. So this is what we are going to do in profile development, but this is only free for this month. Okay. So we are not charging anything for this profile development. We are giving with you any course you take. If you take any course, you will get this profile development for free for this month if you enroll for this month. Okay. So how can I use my previous years of experience? So if you are someone experienced person, okay. So like maybe you have done some, maybe any other, like maybe it's not related to data science, but you have worked on something. So how you can utilize those experience. So for that we can connect and we can guide you and we can groom your resume in that way. So it will be considered as a domain expertise. Do we need a deep knowledge of Python language for this role? So it depends what roles you are targeting. Okay. So there are different roles are available in the data science. Okay. So if you're looking for data analyst, so yes, even the like I would say medium level of like Python knowledge is sufficient. Okay, for data analysis. But let's suppose if you're applying for software engineer role, maybe ML ops role, machine learning operations. So there this deep knowledge of Python language is required. But for data scientist, the normal data scientist, data analyst, like medium level of Python language is required. And don't worry, so we are going to cover everything. So it will be like from the data science point of view. So okay. Now how to build resume and GitHub for data science. So that we are going to cover in the profile development session. Okay. So anyone has any other question apart from this, please ask.
I do have a question regarding the projects only.
Yeah.
As like I'm a working woman, so like one project, it consists of all the technologies. So so when we will complete, let's say if we have completed our Python from basic to advanced, so are we going to like work on a project that will like mainly which is related to Python only, or that will include other skills as well?
Okay, I got it. But see, right now, what is the idea is that let's suppose you are working on Tableau, so we'll have a Tableau project. Let's suppose now you have just completed machine learning, so we'll have a project on machine learning. So obviously, even though we are taking the machine learning project, there will be EDA will be there, data visualization will be there. So
Mhm.
it's a part of ML project. So it depends, like what tools and technologies, like means like let's suppose we completed one module, so one project on that to make you understand better that module. So that's how it is
Okay.
going to proceed. Okay.
And
But I
once
think
the
yeah.
yeah, please go on.
Yeah. So there is a deployment project. So what we at the end of this, like maybe like you complete the course. So deployment project is like start to end. So let's suppose I will tell you that you need to create a web application, okay,
Mhm.
that will like predict second-hand car prices. So let's suppose if user goes on your website and if that user enters, so let's suppose I'm having some car, I want to sell it, and I want to know how much that car, what is the selling price of that car, depending on the number of kilometers driven, is it a petrol or diesel car, how much year old it is. So if I feed that information, so the model should like display on the website. So like what is the expected price of this car. So that for that project, if you see, you need to start from start to end. So like you need to get the data first, okay? Then you have to do like pre-processing of the data. You need to do imputation. You need to do like label encoding, okay? Then you are going to go to the machine learning model. Then after machine learning model, like you will see which model you're going to evaluate those machine learning models. After that, you will like once you finalize the model, then you are going to deploy it using Flask. So the Flask, then you're going to create some kind of a web template, okay? And then after that deployment on what you're going to deploy, maybe AWS. So that's how the end project will look like. Like we are covering multiple technology in the same project. And even though if you want to add on to more technologies, so you can also work by yourself, right? Once you have the knowledge, if you feel that, okay, I want to do something like that, you can just try it out. But that's how the projects are going to look like. Hope you got the idea about the project I'm talking about, where I'm utilizing
Yes,
multiple
yes,
skill
yes.
set. Yeah.
Okay, so like final project, we will be working on a deployment project that will
Yeah. Yeah.
include all those things. Okay, that's what I really wanted to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
got it.
much.
Oh, okay, no problem. Okay. Anyone has any other question? Okay, fine. If no one is having any other question, let's move ahead quickly. Okay, so I won't take more than like 10 minutes now. I'll just quickly cover everything because we're out of time. Okay. So hold on just for 10 minutes more and then you'll get the idea, like complete path. Okay. So we have two diploma courses at Gamaka. So the first is diploma in data science and AI. Okay. And another one is diploma in business analytics, BDA, business and data analytics. Okay. So first and second, so difference is that generally we prefer, like if you're from IT, you want to do strong coding, to go with the first one. If you're from IT background, you want to do a lot of coding. Even if you want to do a lot of coding, you can go with the first one. But if you're someone from non-IT background and you want to do a smooth transition into the IT field, so I'll prefer that you go with the diploma in business and data analytics. Now, what is the difference between these two? So BDA has like 50% of coding and 50% of tools. And this may be having like 70-80% of coding. Okay, I know that, so some of you they don't want to do that much about coding, but they still want to work in the IT industry. Yes, that is possible. Okay. So like here you will be using more, the focus will be on the dashboarding tools like Tableau, Power BI. Okay. Here the focus will be on like core machine learning, computer vision, and NLP. So let me show you. So first I will show you the path of diploma in data science and AI. Okay. So in that, we are going to start with programming knowledge. So where we are going to cover Python programming. Okay. Going to make you strong in the Python fundamentals. Then statistics and maths foundation. Then data manipulation, like how you can manipulate the data, how you can get the data in the Python. Then you're going to cover pandas, NumPy. Okay. Then data visualization, how you can create interactive graphs in the Python. Like if you want to create a pie chart, you want to create a bar graph. Okay. That we are going to cover. So in that we are going to cover Seaborn. Okay. Then we are going to cover like different like Plotly. Okay. Then there is Matplotlib. So three different models we are going to cover. Then we are going to start with machine learning. We're going to understand the maths behind the machine learning algorithms. In that, we are going to cover scikit-learn that is getting used in the industry, the same thing. Okay. Then deep learning. Okay. So we are going to work on deep learning in that. What is a artificial neural network? What is TensorFlow and all that things. Okay. And EDA automation library, like it's like something new we have added to the curriculum. So where by writing a single line of code, you can automate EDA. Now, what is this EDA? EDA is exploratory data analysis. So whenever you get the data, you try to explore that data, or you just try to find out the basic like mean, mode, median. So that type of analysis you can do just by writing a one line of code by the automation libraries. So in that also we're going to cover pandas profiling. So that will cover, even though the terms are not clear to you what is EDA, don't worry, this is going to get more clear when you're gonna come to the class. Then we are going to go for Tableau. Tableau is a dashboarding tool. No coding is required. By drag and drop, we can create interactive dashboards. Then we are going to cover big data classes. Like on that, we are going to cover basic AWS foundation. We are going to cover PySpark. We are going to cover Databricks. Okay. So all these things we are going to cover. And also like the SQL will be covered. Okay. So SQL will be also there. So we generally counted in the big data or like in Tableau only. So SQL will be there. So don't worry about that. And MongoDB will be also there. So SQL and MongoDB. Okay. Then computer vision and NLP we are going to cover, like computer vision. Okay. How you can create like okay, computer vision is like how computer understand the digital images that we are going to cover. Then NLP is natural language processing. So how computer understand the natural language, that we are going to cover in that. The data science project planning, then resume and GitHub development, interview preparation, and internship and project. So this is going to be the flow of diploma in data science and AI. Now, what will be the flow of diploma in BDA, business and data analytics? So there is not a huge difference between these two. So we are removing some modules. So we are removing the big data, we are removing the computer vision and NLP part, and we are adding the Power BI. We are adding Power BI and Microsoft Excel. So instead of computer vision and NLP and big data, but from big data, we are going to cover this SQL and MongoDB anyway. So that will be there, some part will be there. But Power BI and like Excel, we are going to add. So you can see that Tableau, Power BI, Excel is not going to require any coding, but there will be like coding will be there, but majorly the focus will be on the dashboarding tools. Okay. What will be the fee structure for the both the courses? So for the fee structure, you can contact to counselor. Okay, so who and we have been talking to. Okay, so they will inform you depending on what courses you choose. Okay, it depends. Okay, so you can talk to them and okay, so don't worry about that. Okay. Okay, fine. So everyone got the idea like how the path is going to look like. And if you want to know more about this, you can talk to our counselors. But I think here you are clear with it. So I'll give you like simple. So if you're from non-IT, go with diploma in business and data analytics. It will be easier. It will be like 50 hours in coding and 50 hours of dashboarding tools. And if you're someone IT and even if you're IT, you can choose anyone. So if you're from IT, you want to like go with BD also, it's fine. It's on your interest. If you're more interested in the coding, so I'll prefer, okay, go with the IT, like with the data science and AI. And if you're more interested, like non-coding, like dashboarding tools, then go with BDA. Okay. Okay, fine. So everyone is clear. Any question on the roadmap or the curriculum that we have? Okay, I think, okay, fine. Let's move ahead. Just to give you that glimpse of, I'll just give you the glimpse of Tableau and Power BI. So this is like the Tableau is going to look like. This is a Tableau on the left-hand side where you can create this interactive dashboard and just drag and drop. It's just a drag and drop application, guys. Like you can just have to drag and drop. You'll be able to create this visualization. Even the Power BI. So Power BI is by Microsoft. So it's just that they both are very similar. It's just that it is by Microsoft and there is a Tableau. It's by Tableau itself. So Tableau is the company and this is the Microsoft product. So some company use Power BI, some company use Tableau. Okay. So Tableau has some things better in there are some things better in Tableau. There are some things better in Power BI. So it depends. So what company is using? Okay. So some companies might use Power BI, some companies use Tableau. But anyway, it doesn't matter to us because we are going to learn both. Okay. Then we are going to like big data. So just to give you the idea what is big data. So big data, where the big data is getting used. So let's suppose if a company is generating huge amount of data and that data cannot be processed by a single computer architecture. That simply means like the companies like Facebook, Amazon, they are creating huge amount of data that cannot be processed by a single computer architecture. So if I say that take this 1 TB of data and process on your laptop, yes, it's not possible, right? You can't process that. So there, these big data concepts are required. There is this Hadoop is required. When the data is very huge and you want to process using server architecture, like multi-computer architecture. Okay. So there's this big data is used. Then they will cover what is Spice Spark and all. Okay. Then this type of certificate you're going to get certificate for each and every module. So if you're going to go for diploma course, you're going to get around 8 certificates. Okay. So you're going to get 8 certificates. Okay. So maybe certificate of statistics, certificate of machine learning, certificate of deep learning. So in the single diploma course, you'll get around 8 certificates that you can attach to your LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, fine. And obviously also you're going to get proper internship experience later if you're going to work with us. So if you're interested to do internship, so you can talk to our counselors and they will guide you on that, how it is going to work. Okay. So let me know if anyone has any other question. Anyone has any question? So if you want to know like student placement, so what you can do, you can go to LinkedIn and you can search for Gamaka AI. Let me see, I'm just opening it. I'll share this on the screen. So there you can check. So recently the student that got placed. So if you go to the LinkedIn page, you can check there. Okay. So like this is us, I think this here. Okay. So Akash one got as I think he got placed as a data analyst. So you can check the reviews and everything. Okay. So you can go and check here on the so Nilesh got placed as data analyst. Okay. So you can just check all the student feedbacks and everything, and then you can make your decision. Okay. So all the placement results are there. Okay. So you can check on the LinkedIn page. Okay, just search Gamaka AI and you can just scroll over and everything. Okay. So fine. So if anyone having any other question, so still if you have any question, you can reach out to our counselor for fee structure and batch. So we are going to start a new batch soon. So you can contact. So we have only limited seat for that batch. So you can contact the counselor and you can talk about the fee structure, what time suits you, and even if you have any other question apart from that, so you're always welcome to visit our office, or maybe you can just talk to our counselor. You can call them, you can WhatsApp them, however you are comfortable. Okay, guys, thank you for your time. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.